5 seconds remaining.
Alliances turn to ban.
Radiant team
Alliance.
banned.
Yep, I
Turn to
expect a
ban.
lot from Alliance this game. They really grew on me in the past few days. Hellraisers, however,
Radiant
they looked
team banned.
very solid. They did not manage to win a single game this tournament.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Alliances turn to ban.
That's it. Grimstroke, Chen, meh.
Radiant
Do you think
team
Alliance
banned.
want to pull off techies? Hellraisers are still not banning it.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
That Prophet has been banned so many times, I don't remember seeing her played. Sometimes she's just ignored, you know, but felt like a very strong, like a top tier pick. People were first phasing the hero, sometimes putting it on the off lane, position 5. It was okay to make this kind of surprise
Alliances
with your
turn
position
to
5 that
ban.
Prophet, but after you see it a couple of times, like you're not surprised that they might shift it towards the support role.
Radiant team banned. Ten seconds remaining.
And now
5
first
seconds
phase
remaining.
banned out. Same goes for Riki. Like, I thought this hero might be contested, but maybe at the second picking stage. Alliances, they're not fooling around. That means a lot of these position 5 heroes are still left in the pool. Gary, you need to calm down. Is that your cat making noises?
Alliances turn to pick.
Yeah, in my city in Croatia, it's very freezing. It was 30 degrees yesterday. Now, rain. One bit of sun, it's not showing up. But yeah, Phantom Lines are also banned out in the first phase. This is totally different approach from
5
both of these teams,
seconds
from what
remaining.
we've seen so far. Alliance? Don't know. There's so many good heroes left in the pool, like you need to pick one and then counter pick. Yeah, so they go with that Prophet as you suggested. That Prophet is just that kind of a hero, you know, that gives you a stronger team fight. AoE silence, one of the most underrated spells in the game.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
They know Alliance loves to pick Bane as a counter to Pangolier, so they open up with Shadow Demon and Pango. Like, you can get Grimstroke, I guess. We want to have something that can keep this Pango so that he won't roll. Maybe get a Beastmaster.
Alliances turn
That's
to
my
ban.
second option, but yeah. Looking like Alliance draft. Chant that Prophet.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Ooh. Hellraisers should be careful about Lycan pick. He's also the hero that we
Radiant
didn't
team
mention.
banned.
Whenever I see AA ban, I'm thinking Huskar Alchemist.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Alliances turn to pick.
I think this gives Alliance a great opportunity to just continue with the push. Grab something like a Lycan or a Beastmaster. You might think about maybe getting a Beastmaster first,
10
and then
seconds
a lot of
remaining.
things are opened up. Morphling needs a lot of time to come online,
5 seconds.
so maybe you can
remaining.
sneak in even Alchemist. Th- We're not doing anything. It's just, you know, we wanted a position 4 that can do stuff. He can make rotations. There's also
Alliances
Timber
turn-
Saw. That Prophet, Faceless Void. 2 Faceless Void games in a row?
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
You think that Prophet is the offlaner? I don't like Faceless Void into Shadow Demon. That's my only concern. Besides him having 160 seconds cooldown ulti where you can just buy back and play around it. Or when you know it's on cooldown, keep pressuring them. Like, this lineup doesn't rely on any cooldowns.
Alliances
Pango ulti,
turn
that's
to
it.
ban.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So Hellraisers think it's the offlane that the Alliance needs. If they go for Beastmaster, then you have no damage inside Chronosphere besides Faceless Void right clicks and that Prophet ulti. So yeah, this I like way more. It's also a hero that builds early Orchid, great against Morphling, any of these heroes. So if you just either Chrono one and silence the other, they have no save.
You may now select your heroes.
It's a 10th pick Brood, they insta-picked it. So what do you do here? Huh. Who's the best one? Like who? I mean, they might just go with Limp. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. It's if they do that, they can shift S4 to, let's say, position 4. A Limp on the off lane and have Hanskin play mid against the Broodmother. He's gonna also build like an earlier Spirit Vessel, great against Morphling, great against Brood. I don't know, that sounds like a very good idea. Dead Prophet against Broodmother. Like you can't use the Spirit Siphon.
Prepare for battle.
I want to see how much Brood can get. You can't stop Brood from farming. It doesn't matter which hero you're playing. So she's gonna get the most out of the lane, farming both lane and the jungle. A Limp, you know, manning up, taking one for the team.
30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Yes!
Oh, this aggression on the bottom lane, forcing Sunny to TP from tier 2 to tier 1 tower, so you can actually come to a lane. They were waiting for him. Roll from Earth Spirit and Nature's Prophet with a couple of treants and the Blightstone.
Thanks.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Bottom lane, a lot of kill potential. Earth Spirit, Orb of Venom, Blightstone, and Nature's Prophet. Once they get level 2, you will have Boulder Smash. Like, Nature's Prophet level 2 doesn't, you know, do much more than he's doing on level 1. But
Radiant's
if
top
Earth Spirit
tower
hits
is
level
under
2, then
attack.
it's a different story. Is Lemp the greatest player in the history of Dota? He's still ranked number 1, I believe. He's building a lot of early advantage for himself. Like, you don't expect Broodmother to, you know, just win the lane. Once she hits level 3, level 5, then there's gonna be a lot of spiders. This is where problems start on the mid lane. He has like 26 spiders, feeding away a couple of those, but you know, if he decides to dive, Limp could be in trouble. Glyph is ready, so he can play underneath the tower, Glyph away, attacking with the spiders. Mana sustain from Limp. He has enough to use one Crypt Form, just bringing a couple of mangoes to keep that. Pops both of those plus a flask. Limp knows the matchup. Imagine if you had that good of micro skills to control every single spider. Like, you see him using Crypt Swarm and then you just spread them. That's not humanly possible. What am I talking about? He knows that he has 2 points in attribute shift and just saw him using waveform. 35 against 17-8 on a mid lane. Just brought another 2 mangoes.
Thanks. Warriors of the wood. Earth's bounty. Precious bounty.
That will give Limp enough time to buy bottle for himself, so there's gonna be even more health and regen sustain coming out. That power threads on Brood? I don't think I've seen Brood Mothers going for those items. Like, you have enough movement speed, you don't need to invest. Phonic already has Urn of Shadow charge. You see, even core Pangoliers don't go for Javelin anymore. The damage got nerfed, and you want to put the pressure right away. Like, you do not want to farm for 5 minutes without having an item in the laning stage. And you can easily upgrade that to Spirit Vessel, top 3 items in this current patch.
So soon?
Limp.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah,
is under
saving a
attack.
point. I mean, he's gonna get the rune and they gonna get the ulti and then they push the tower. But there's a lot of pressure on the mid lane already.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Cannot be unseen. Take that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's a dead tower. So now this... Whenever you lose a tier 1 tower against the Broodmother, this whole area becomes accessible to Broodmother. So she can farm that and farm the mid lane, and she can also backstab easily.
My thrift rewarded with me. Will my labors live on?
They see me rolling, they don't care.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Who do you rotate to kill Broodmother? Like, you don't have a good hero unless there's Faceless Void Chronosphere. It's very hard to bring her down.
Illusion.
That's a... He did better than I expected. I thought he was going to be pushed out of the lane way earlier, but that first couple of ways that he built the advantage gave him an extra minute to hold his ground. Now Broodmother with the poor man's shield, extra agi, damage block. Good luck killing her. Mirror items dropping, neutral ones. Trusty shovel, poor man's shield for both of the teams. FNG in trouble. Oh, he gets it before.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Is that intentional?
Radiant's bottom tower.
Oh, that build on Funnick. Raindrop keeping him alive from bashes of Faceless Void. And after he used Rolling Thunder, uses Urn of Shadow on himself to be able to survive the next couple of hits coming out from Earth Spirit. So far, so good. Like, in terms of net worth, game's pretty even. But Hellraisers with this lineup, like Broodmother is about to finish her Diffusal Blade, then you need to care. Faceless Void can
Is under attack.
blink away, Earth Spirit can also try to roll away. But there's a lot of other heroes who can just straight up die. Like Chen, Nature's Prophet if he does not have TP ready.
Dire's structures.
Miposhka's not having a good time, so he's just farming some XP on the bottom lane. They don't have the best abilities to throw inside the Soulbind, so he might even skip the level 6 ulti. Once they get Spirit Vessel on Phonic, then it's gonna be much easier. Like if you get Shotgun on Morph at one point, mid lane.
Off with you.
know how to handle such power. You nearly sipped dead life. Now drink deep of death.
Limp.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, Spirit Vessel. You don't expect it to have it this early on. It's a bootless Pangolier.
My thrift rewarded.
Smoke from Alliance.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
S4 drops a hit, 150, extra 20 from Wrath of Nature. Now he gets
Under attack.
damage talent on level 10. That's what they needed. They need to use Chronosphere to hold this Broodmother. She's building a BKB. That's gonna be an
Dire's
earlier
top
one.
tower is under attack.
Usually Broodmothers don't love to buy it that early. Like getting Orchid maybe would have been a better choice. But then again, there's a ton of slow stuns coming out from Earth Spirit. Nature's Prophet just finished Orchid, yeah. Oh, that Prophet. That's third one if my count is correct.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Chronosphere still on cooldown for 30 seconds. I can't believe how long of a cooldown this spell is. They needed to take a fight, otherwise they don't have enough lockdown. And Morphling is getting closer to his Manta style. Still needs like 3-4 minutes to farm it up. Then he's gonna be able to get rid of time dilation, any silence. They have 1, 2, 3 silences on their side.
A little something extra for the effort. Precious bundle.
Dire are scanning.
I mean, Poshka did such a good job in the previous fight. He was about to drop, was waiting with the Soulbind, silenced the Faceless Void, and used Inkswell like half a second before he died on Morphling, who blinked in. They have two very nice gap-closing heroes, like Pangolier and Morphling, so if you use Inkswell on those two, like, you know that they're gonna get the good jump. Man, I'm a big fan that we don't see pipe being built every single game on the offlaners. Like, look at me, you can't fight me. Oh, clumsy net. He'll take that one, it's the best one. You just have to call it, Gary. It's the best one they get. Stops the TP so they can play more aggressive on the Nature's Prophet. Great against Faceless Void, can't use the Time Walk, and you can just perma stun people with it. Like, you use net on the hero and on yourself, and then you keep rolling for 1.5 seconds.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Roger is having such a great game, we didn't mention him at all. What he needs to do is just stay away from the Chronosphere. Phonic, man, he can fly for Olympics. Did you see that jump with the shield crash? We're gonna have Tony Hawk remastered. How hyped are you? I know you played that game, Gary. Coming out in 2020.
Your essence seeps into
Yes, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, if the soundtrack is not the same, I'm not getting it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Je sais ça c'est tout.
my waters rise.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So if Roger just stays away outside the Chronosphere and uses Disruption, look at the range of it. Ether Lance already, plus a cast range on level 10. Some of the talents are like never picked up in the game. The right talent is, even though it's a lot of int, it's a lot of mana, you don't have mana problems on this hero when you play him as position 4.
Precious bounty.
Yeah, the perfect one, I would say, is Mirana. Level 10, 12 damage, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check. Mirana. I believe it is. Yeah, 12 damage. So, but yeah, let's say you have that talent. Morphling, right now with all this agi, 67% physical resistance. So you deal 4 extra damage per hit on Morphling. Good job.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
No buyback on him. Hellraisers are just in full control of this game. Rolling Thunder from Phonic, blindly inside the pit to see what's happening. Faceless Void without a BKB, and walk away. Like, you can't take that fight. And they were very nicely spread inside and around the pit. Who did they give it to? They gave it to Broodmother. Okay, interesting. Usually the Morphling is the carrier. I guess they don't want this pressure to stop from the Broodmother. Usually she's like one of the heroes that suffers a lot and loses a ton of momentum if you kill her.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Illusion.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And
is
Nyx
under
always
attack.
has a couple of spiderlings around him, so that means a lot of that damage coming out from that Prophet ulti is not gonna be hitting the heroes. Full
Radiant's
Ethereal
bottom
Blade.
tower
This is the
has
combo. Like, you have full E-Blade, Spirit Vessel on Grimstroke, double Purge on top of that. I just love Shadow Demon and Morphling as combination of two heroes. Soul Catcher is always gonna be great. You lower the portion of HP. You can one-shot people at every stage of the game.
Into my time.
Zoning Chronos here.
Thank you, Majesties.
Time is money.
Bottom lane is being pushed in. That's a good thing for Alliance. But seems like Hellraisers are
Radiant's
not
bottom
stopping.
tower is under attack.
They want to use this Aegis. Still 2.5 minutes left on it. Oh man, these illusions.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Life is paid. Dissolve you. My friend rewarded.
Alliance can't take a fight if Faceless Void does not have a Chronos here. It's that easy. Even if he does, he still doesn't have a defensive item, so he will need to wait another like 2 minutes to farm it up. This gives Hellraisers enough opportunity to just close out the second tier 2 tower on the bottom lane. Man, Broodmother is so farmed. 17,000 gold. Remember, that's a 10th pick Brood.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Miposhka, what a boss. With the gem, he walks and plants a deep observer ward in their base. That's gonna scout out the smokes. They see who's sitting where. You don't necessarily need to go and try out to close this game. Just wait for the next Roche, which may respawn in 2.5 minutes. But if somehow you manage to grab a kill, you might close out this game. Yeah. Sunny just shows that he's faceless would go at me. I dare you. I was expecting Chrono from Xani. That would be a disaster. He didn't have buyback. Roger was also ready. He was holding position, like his hero doesn't move. Even bought a blink dagger, so he can just stay away from Faceless Void, blink in. If he gets a Chronosphere on one of the targets, like Pangolier or Morphling, he's just gonna disrupt them. He's stuck.
Time is money.
They only got a kill on Broodmother with that Chronosphere, and every single Chrono after that was used for just as escape mechanism. That now all the lanes are pushed in. Roche may respawn in 20 seconds. Someone should keep an eye on that. Just put the courier inside, or a couple of spiderlings.
Bounty.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Give him the rampage.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's turret.
Next, come on. Almost triple rampage being stolen.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Even if it was a different pick, like Broodmother messes up with their timings. One of the reasons why some of the teams are like banning these tempo heroes like a Lycan. It just shows how weak Faceless Void as a hero is.
Alliances turn to ban.
Seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
It was
Alliances
okay.
turn
Maybe
to ban.
they could have done it a bit earlier. It just didn't work out for them. I mean, they tried something. I think they're gonna stay away from Faceless Void. I really don't. It's a lower tier hero right now.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way. Like the way Hellraisers were able to basically abuse the map, right? Pangolier with Swashbuckle and Rolling Thunder, being able to jump across the entire map pretty much, being set up by the disruptions of the Shadow Demon. Broodmother was pinging between lanes, able to create loads of space for Morphling to sit back in the kind of safe pocket of farm that they made for themselves. And Miposhka, you know, he was feeding away a few deaths here and there, but every team fight started with him getting all of his spells off and then dying, so his cause could actually come out and win in the end. But that's game one. That's all done and dusted. We have game two draft ready for you as Broodmother is first banned by Alliance. Respect where respect is due.
They don't want to get cheesed. I mean, a lot of that game was on Broodmother, but if it was a different kind of a hero, that's still like some tempo controlling one that can make a lot of space, I still feel the outcome would have been the same.
Dragonite, Phoenix, Ember Spirit all joining in there. Game one, we saw what I feel like a lot of core heroes being banned. Queen of Pain, PL, DK, Phoenix, Riki, Ember, Void Spirit, and Weaver. A lot of supports were left through into. With the Brood coming in now, you know, opening up a couple of these heroes to slip into the mix, but Queen of Pain continuing to be a first phase ban from Hellraisers.
The only support hero here is Phoenix. I mean, you can play Weaver as position 4/5. Both of these teams, once again, not banning any supports. Alliance, they have first pick, so they might steal Pangolier if he's still left in the pool. I rate Pangolier very highly at the moment. Like what he does from position 4 or the off lane, you always have that stun superior team fight coming out from him, and he's the hero that scales. Like his passive is just that good. The slow, mostly it's about the disarm.
And the fact, like, Funnick going, like, what did he have? He had Raindrops, Spirit Vessel. He didn't have Boots. Then he goes back into Greaves. Having that early active teamfight item, super good. On that Pangolier from point. Riki out again. Once more we're faced with, you know, Shadow Demon, Grimstroke, Chen, Enchantress, Earthshaker, all of these big heroes being prioritized in the first phase, still available for both of these.
Remaining.
I think Hellraiser's pretty happy to let Death Prophet through again, it feels. They won't have the Broodmother. Longer on this ban.
Pretty much the same bans from Alliance. They banned out Riki, Ember, Weaver is gone. And they ban out Death Prophet. No Broodmother means no Death Prophet. So Alliance is gonna be the one who's opening up with Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon is just great overall hero. Having a built-in save, having pure damage coming out from him, great laner. And you don't know where he's gonna go, whether it's position 4 or 5. Sometimes we even see position 3. It's very rare, but it's doable.
10 seconds remaining.
It's not super. But bring back Thompson. I want to see some mid Shadow Demon.
First time I saw that was CTY. I think he was playing for eHome back then. Mid Shadow Demon. Back. I miss CTY. I miss a lot of these Chinese players that have kind of retired.
Turn to pick.
Void Spirit, Grimstroke coming out for Hellraisers. So it was a nice flexible pick in that Void Spirit, and then Miposhka Grimstroke opens up their draft for all those single target abilities. You don't necessarily need to go that direction. Still have the
10
threat of
seconds
heroes like
remaining.
Lycan out there, Luna, Enchantress. Those
5
pushing
seconds
heroes.
remaining.
If you
We
get
could see him.
Enchantress, just to mess up with the Grimstroke in the laning stage, dispel the Inkswell. You can also dispel Void Spirit Shield later on. Then you need something lower cooldown on the off lane. Something that, I mean, some low cooldown abilities, guaranteed stun. You can't just open up with Shadow Demon Enchantress and say, yo, what up, we're gonna have a fight. Very hard to rotate with these heroes.
Yeah, they're good at setting up or kind of transitioning into towers, but not the best all-rounder teamfight heroes for sure. Where is this techies, Lacoste? You've been selling me on the FNG techies for the past like 3 days, and I still haven't seen it.
I watched the replay. He did okay. I don't think he's like a top tier techies. Like compared to what Zayats is doing, maybe it's just not enough games. Maybe he knows what he's doing, and I'm also not a techies expert. I'm actually a techies hater, so hard for me to judge, you know, and be objective about techies in general. But they're not gonna go for it. So it's Jakiro and Shadow Demon.
10 seconds remaining.
I believe FNG will be
Radiant
playing
team back.
Jakiro here. Jakiro is very good at setting things up on Void Spirit. Like if you know where he's gonna blink on the simulate, you can make some PogChamp plays.
Especially when you've got an SD on your team. Disruption into Ice Path.
Yeah.
We saw G do very well with that in the previous series. Save
10
potential for
seconds
Shadow
remaining.
Demon. And also the ability for Jakiro to actually help pushing towers with Liquid
5
Fire.
seconds remaining.
Definitely can't be understated. These heroes very oppressive in lanes with their damage over time too. Shadow Poison and Dual Breath. Great at chipping down heroes little by little. Kind of difficult for Hellraisers to pick a ban here as well. Showing your
Radiant
two
team
supports.
Alliance's turn to pick.
They still decided to
Whistle.
ban out Faceless Void, even after the last game. I mean, it's a different setup. They have Shadow Demon to take care of Faceless Void. You have a ton of damage coming out from Jakiro, like 2 great zoning damaging spells.
And you're picking Morphling. It feels like a lot of these
10
teams feel
seconds
Faceless
remaining.
Void is that counter pick to the Morphling almost.
5 seconds
But yeah,
remaining.
the fact that Alliance have SD this time and it's not on the opposing side, yeah, much more worthy ban.
You need Spirit Vessel Carrier against a Morphling or any kind of burst damage. And I don't want to, I'm not talking about Lina. I know it's one of Lim's better heroes, but it just doesn't feel that good. Like, I would say it's a lower mid-tier hero at the moment.
Have we seen S4 play Pango?
Not that I recall.
Like, you know, Beastmaster, Legion, Dragon Knight.
Yeah, this might be a classic Centaur game, paired up with the Shadow Demon, and you can run away from the Grimstroke, close the gap, either find him, or, you know, just use Stampede and run away when he uses ulti.
Radiant team
Yet again, Alliance dipping deep into that reserve time, going for a very early TA pick for Limp. Jakiro, Shadow Demon, a lot of tempo for them. Very reliant on her Deso blink timing, that's for sure.
A lot of tower pressure coming out from these 2 heroes. There's still Pango in the
10
pool for
seconds
Hellraisers if they want to go that route.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, we're still thinking Void Spirit could be a Roger hero here,
could
as well
be.
as, you know, Funnick or, you know, Garni.
2, 3, 4, that's the roles for Void Spirit.
Not giving anything away massively until here. Amount of damage from Morphling into Soulbind with those adaptive strikes.
Very limited on the overtime damage, the burn through refraction. If you say when, Gary, I swear to God, I'm booking myself a ticket to Berlin.
Alliance's
Come on, give me
turn to
Batrider then. Where's Batrider? Razor for Hellraisers.
Hellraiser.
As an early BKB purchaser, it kind of matches up against the TA timing quite nicely. Good at grouping up with 3 other heroes, allowing Morphling that space to farm.
10 seconds remaining.
What's the laning matchup, Razor against TA?
5 seconds remaining.
Pretty even, right?
They might put Void Spirit on the mid lane.
Beastmaster.
There is your S4 hero. It finally comes out. Fair amount of catch here. And still more tower pressure from that Necro book from Beastmaster. Good Roshan taking the dire side of Alliance. Doesn't feel like HR have the best ways of contesting Roche here. Void Spirit Morphling, they can, jump in and jump out, try some sneaky plays, but their team fight, in those choke points and AoE areas is a little bit lacking.
Alliances turn to ban.
Good Slark ban. Phantom Lancer's already banned out by Alliance. These 2 heroes would feel very good for Alliance at the moment. Morphling doesn't like to play into any illusion-based heroes or mana burn. There's gonna be a book coming out from Beastmaster. I mean, you might get Naga Siren. I think that's a decent option for Alliance.
5 seconds remaining.
Like all the other conventional heroes for Nico Baby, Juggernaut, your Troll,
Turn to pick.
it all feels pretty rough into that Razor. They ban the Bat Lacoste. They get rid of the Bat Rider. It's gone.
That doesn't reveal anything. It's a great overtime damage against the Temporal Assassin, but still they don't know which role he would go for. Void Spirit is very flexible, same goes for Bat Rider.
5 seconds remaining.
What about Luna for Alliance? Luna with a Hurricane Pike, good against Razor. You've got that tempo with Beastmaster TA because Helm of the Dominator Luna gets online quickly.
It's doable.
And all of a sudden you're playing really fast with just the TA timing that you're waiting for. Beastmaster's going to get his Necro by 10 minutes at the latest kind of deal. But a Wraith King for Alliance.
Okay, this looks like a solid lineup. There's no... Okay, how can you adjust to have mana burn against... You might get... you could do... Quaswax Invoker, not that great against Templar Assassin.
Nyx is a dead hero.
Remaining.
You can't slot like a Necro book purchaser here, can you? Enigma up against Beastmaster Jakiro. Shadow Demon feels pretty rough.
Doesn't feel that great.
Lycan you can't fit in really because you've got Razor Morphling as your 1 and 2.
It could be an off-lane Razor, Morphling safe. I mean, they could swap things around a bit if they want to adjust and try to get something with the mana burn. Otherwise, it feels very bad for your team if you can't burn Wraith King's mana. That means that it's a guaranteed mana burn. I mean, it's a guaranteed reincarnation. 5 seconds, the moment of truth. Let's see.
Timbersaw! Your last hero for Hellraisers is going to be the Timber for Funnick, it looks like. Will be a Roger, position 4 Void Spirit. It's all going to have to be your space creator along with that Razor. Stop the push from Alliance. Funnick's going to have 2 potential lanes that he can go into here.
Should be a good lane if he decides to go either bottom or top.
They aggro tried?
They could, and just leave Timbersaw in the 1 versus 1 matchup. That's the beauty of this hero.
Yeah. Like Razor, Grimstroke, and Void Spirit up against that Wraith King tri-lane. Yes, you've got Shadow Demon Jakiro with tons of stuns.
10 seconds.
I know you put Razor mid.
You've definitely put the Razor mid against TA? Yeah, true.
5 seconds remaining.
I guess then it feels a little less good if you've got the Morphling. Tri-lane. See what they get up to. Game 2, Hellraisers up against Alliance. We've got our drafts all underway. That Limp TA set, I'm not too sure about.
Yeah, that looks unfinished.
The Razor set, on the other hand,
You would think that Limp, as such a great TA player, would invest more money into Templar Assassin set, but okay.
Maybe he just likes it. Maybe that's his taste. Which way are you leaning, Lacoste? Hellraisers or Alliance?
No mana burn for Wraith King, as already mentioned, and they can play extremely fast. So if this Timbersaw doesn't pop off, I'm leaning towards Alliance.
There we go. Nyx with all the relics. Sunny Morphling game 1, Nyx Morphling game 2. Shift these heroes around, game to game. NG on that Jakiro. Plenty of work to do this game. A lot of setups for his Ice Path. A lot of low cooldown abilities for Alliance. They can keep these fights going pretty much perpetually. So Phonic Timbersaw heading up to top. Nyx is wandering up there as well. Looks like Hellraiser's not quite sure where they want to set up their lanes just yet.
Oh, you see this, you see? Oh, this is what I've always wanted. Oh, I'm so happy.
Of course, it's Phonic. Funnier chat lines. Nico Baby Wraith King, FNG Jakiro are going to spot out the Timbersaw as he breaks his way up the staircase and then immediately runs away. Bravely running away from Nico Baby. Grimstroke from Miposhka going to join him.
Wraith Kings these days don't even get the point in stun until like level 4. So Timbersaw should be okay. I mean, he might get it just to stop his Timber Chain. We'll see if they decide to put Void Spirit on the top lane, maybe pull the creeps behind tier 1 tower. I see Roger with the boot, so that might be the case. Usually you don't buy Boots of Speed in position 4 Void Spirit. You get something else in stats, or you get Orb of Venom.
What his job is going to be. Bounty runes top for Hellraisers. And both of them down bottom there for the Beastmaster. S4. All ready with a boar out, ready with a hawk. Hanskin with an observer ward there in between the two towers. Gonna force the TP of Morphling and now Grimstroke down south.
Same thing happened in game number 1. Alliance try to zone them out. You need to be careful not to die. If you die, your lane is over. 60 seconds without a TP. I mean, you can't just really die with the Morphling, but you never know.
Mid lane. 0-2 for the Razor. A few hits on his way out there. Didn't aggro the tower through the static link. Managed to now press forward a little bit. Courier for Hanskin bottom. He's not going to be able to snipe it out. He doesn't have the boots. It's like a stun onto Phonic here with the Breath of FNG. Going to be counteracted by the 6 stacks of reactive armor and now the salve coming through. Every single lane that's poking and prodding for both teams. Nigma Poshka taking a beating hit from Hanskin's poison. Sani and Limp both trading farm but also trading regen. Roger for now. He's not going to be pulling any waves. I guess he's trying to get Phonic up to level 3. Second point in reactive armor makes all the difference. The Remnant. Roger stunned up though. Nico Baby with a Wraithfire Blast, but Boots on Void Spirit gets him out of there no problem.
If he can just tank up some damage, take away any aggression from Timbersaw, give him solo XP, that's his job.
Calvin returns straight back to lane. Yeah, gives Phonic that first good early laning stage. And then probably try and rotate in towards mid as Miposhka bottom. 1 stack of poison. Oh, he's got 3 stacks of poison on him. Hanskin trying to look for the 4th. Gets it, and there's first blood. Hanskin was running low on mana there, but managed to pop the stick. Getting a little bit more out of it.
Can you guess why Miposhka reminds me of Always Wanna Fly?
He always dies.
And he had the very bad early game in the previous one. 0-3-0 or 0-4-0 at one point. But you know, if you're securing Moore's farm, then it's fine.
Yeah, they're not random deaths. There's always some greater goal behind it. Next, pretty low on that bot lane. Does have plenty of regen here though. Miposhka trying to deal S4 on his boars. Dota2LIVE doing a great job at that as he kills off the Hawk as well. Rotation into mid from TSpirit. The damage drain 72 gained by Xani. Limp walking forward here. Could get caught out by Roger. Level 2 TSpirit hasn't taken his second spell just yet. Close call between mid and bottom lane where this first blood's going to happen. Like Timbersaw's been left alone top. He's pretty fine there in the 1v2.
He even has Orb of Venom. Great against Great King in the lane. If you can zone out Jakiro, you might threaten a kill on him. You see at the bottom lane, whenever Beastmaster summons Hawk, if he's close, they are trying to just get a kill on him. And now Roger about to rotate to the bottom lane, still saving a point, has a haste.
And Hellraisers with a ton of stick charges here as well, through, you know, Shadow Poison and these summons from Beastmaster. That kill threat alliance thought they might have used against them. Roger got scouted by Dire Observer on the left-hand side as he came into this mid lane. Gets himself a nice Observer Ward in the triangle, scouting out for where the TA should be heading to farm in the near future. TSpirit hasn't really found a place to really call his own.
Just waiting for the bounty rune for now.
Razor making some pretty big stacks for himself. Left of that mid lane. We're all going to grab one bounty rune as FNG steals the deeper one. 3 for Hellraisers as the chase towards Miposhka. 4 stacks of poison with a ball slowing him down. Grimstroke, very close to death, but again he's got the stick charges. And now the TSpirit's rotation might actually pay off, but he's scouted out. He's coming. Close game across the board. Fling and Wraith King both very evenly farmed. Timber and Beastmaster very similar. Razor and TA pretty close outside of denies, I guess.
I feel bad for Roger. He knows that Timbersaw wants the solo XP on the top lane, can't really kill the mid laner. When he approaches the bottom lane, there's an Observer Ward, there's a Hawk. You can't really set things up. He's just in no man's land.
As FNG is being chased by Funnick, this might actually be a kill, you know? Hellraisers, they've got themselves a nice little takedown on the Jakiro. The trouble being this catapult, not in the best position to do damage to the tier 1, but not a massive deal, as down towards the bottom rune spot, grab the DD, and Hansken, not able to stop the Razor and TSpirit from collapsing down on that bottom rune. Now also keeping Jakiro in here. Disruption very early on. Roger focusing Hansken and FNG. Oh, he's come in to defend the tier 1 against the catapult, so we'll stop any additional damage being dealt.
Very passive game, only 2 kills, 7 minutes in. Now Timbersaw is level 6.
Is under attack.
Has 900 gold saved up. It's a very, very good, like, hood into Heaven's Halberd game. Heaven's Halberd against Wraith King and Templar Assassin. It also amplifies the healing and regeneration on your hero.
Super good. Oh, it's a big one, that would be. S4 and Hansken farming jungle right now. Roger and Miposhka, they both see this happening under that Observer Ward. Moving in with the TSpirit. S4 is salving. Very awkward little maneuver here, but Hellraiser's going to spot out Hanskin. Well with the Remnant. Going to catch the Shadow Demon. TA Trap will try and slow down Roger. He still has the Dissimulate to dodge away, but S4 with the Boar Slow and Templar Assassin joining in the fray will take him down.
It's a lot of time to kill position 4, who's only level 3. Xani's having a good time on the mid lane. 50 CS, 17 denies. About to hit level 8, while Templar Assassin just got level 7.
And then you have Funnick Timbersaw, level 7.5.
Come on, you have to use that. That's efficiency, that's gold.
He's got himself the Ironwood Tree on Timbersaw.
Rusty Shovel still ready. Assassin Foul, that's what we call it. Come on, man, you have to use that. That's like one bounty rune plus 1 flask already.
Limpy limp, come on, dig in the ground. Well, he's using it for the passive 100 HP. That's what he's doing. FNG trying to defend top as S4 gets cleared out bottom lane. Alliance were making that move with the Wraith King Shadow Demon, but don't get anything done.
Finally, he picks up a bounty rune with Shovel. Nico Baby doesn't have anything queued up yet. It's just a standard Wraith King build. You get Phase Boots, Gloves of Haste. It's not End of Midas. It's just for the extra farm efficiency. Very gold efficient, item cost efficient, and armlet. Yeah, so I'm liking it. Instead of going for like a Radiance build, you have Templar Assassin who naturally builds into Deso, and then you can get the Silver Edge at 1 point, break the Timbersaw, break Razor.
Limp's Ancient Snack's being contested a little bit here. Roger, remnants of the Shadow Demon, but he's being slowed down by S4 as he closes that gap. Roger yet again going to be the sacrifice here. Try and open up the map as Morphling TP's top. Thor coming down bottom lane to defend the tier 1 after taking the top dire one.
Nice switcheroo. Morphling goes top, and now Timbersaw is on the bottom lane. They don't have the answer for this Timbersaw yet. You mentioned it.
Can they get the
Ironwood Tree, that's the best item you can get. So you can always have some Timber Chain too.
Hanskin stunned up. There's the GG Tree for Funnick to jump in on top of him. Bounty rune from Imposhka as well.
Gold is a great
Very nicely executed. So Alliance, they get a kill here, they get a kill there. They can't transition this into any real tower damage. Looking at all the tier 1s, they are pretty close to full HP.
Beastmaster needs to find a kill right now. There's Necro unit level 1 and the Roar. Who do you kill? Xani is very low, but he's running back.
Stop his drums. Nick's Morphling farming in that top left corner. Alliance knows where he is and they're smoking in towards him. Can't go for another Roger kill. 2 deaths on Roger. Doesn't really mind about that too much. Does show mid lane. After thinking about this move, they're going to go Imposhka. Start it off with a Roar. He's sussed up, but there come the Necro units. Razor stop sticking around here as the Red Fire Blast lands on the Grimstroke, and they are committing under this tier 1 for it. Demonic Purge and Soul Capture, Xani down to half HP. Alliance give up the chase for now, though. That is a kill on Imposhka Grimstroke, as Hanskin still sticking the poison onto Xani. 3 stacks up, not going to be enough. But the rest of the map belongs to HR.
Yeah, once again, a lot of time invested to just grab a kill on position 5, while Timbersaw's farming the bottom lane, Morphling having a free time on the top lane. They need to use Funnick to create pressure on the map. Now with the hood, I don't think he dies. And thank God he's not building any, weird items. I'm gonna rush a Bloodstone.
He's gonna tank himself up. I'd love to see it. You mentioned hood into Halberd, and I think that's gonna be still nice. Progression for him as S4 getting jumped by Roger and Imposhka. Good combination of abilities. Silence into stun, and Nyx is there. Claim some of that golden experience as well. And it's just HR. Every move they make is swift, decisive, and not only do they get a pick off, but they're getting pressure on the map. Tier 1 middle lane dropping very quickly. While Templar Assassin still farming jungle.
Middle tower is under attack.
these little bits of efficiency that Hellraisers are finding. The Ice Path misses out mid lane. And they do slow Xani with a Demonic Purge, but Nico Baby held in place by the Remnant as Miposhka is ready with a Soulbind. What's the combination here? Because he's roared up. He can't get any more spells off. Saving Razor, yes, for now. Miposhka will fall, but the static link is fight. Down goes the Grimstroke. In comes the Nyx Ice Path. Shakiro mode, says Morphling. Focusing Nico Baby, but he has the Reincarnation. Level 1 up if he wants it to pop. As they now move on to Roger with a Assimilate away, FNG somehow gets away. So low on HP, they'll focus the Void Spirit, and 3 in a row for Alliance. Defending their tier 1 as Timbersaw, he's still full HP and mana, didn't really get too heavily involved in that fight.
No, he was not there at all. Alliance saw him TPing to the bottom lane to farm, and it was instantly, let's go. Like, they understand that the Timbersaw is the problem right now, and he needs to be with the team. If someone's gonna farm up, that should be Morphling instead of him. Like, right now, he's almost unkillable. Don't want to jinx him, but I see Heaven's Halberd queued up. That's what I like. Hood into Heaven's Halberd, the Disarm great against Templar Assassin, and Raid King on top of that.
Has fallen.
All things considered, HR do still get that mid objective, but the timing is coming for Alliance now. Limp has Blink, doesn't go for the Deso Rush. Blink Dagger going to be very good here to get in and out of team fights with the help of Refraction. Armlet for the Wraith King with a couple of levels until that second point in Reincarnation. Trying to group up bottom for the tier 1, but look at the way Funnick's moving. Straight down to bottom lane. S4 trying to scout out anyone making that move, and he has successfully blocked off the Timbersaw.
Is under attack.
There's always the trade-off though, Morphling farming top and a smoke from the rest of HR. Alliance going to try and break high ground here. Roger spots the Shadow Demon, moves in with the Inkswell, Soulbind, beautifully done. 2 supports obliterated, they cease to exist as Hellraisers come down with a swift hammer of justice.
Is under attack.
Climbing uphill with no vision is a dangerous thing in Dota. Oh,
no Reincarnation.
That's big kill. 3k gold lead for Hellraisers, and Nyx is the one who picks it up.
And now they can go for the tier 1 bottom lane. Timbersaw is ready to go tank everything up. Maybe he's going to go and tank up the kill on S4. Chakram, and another chain forward. Unable to really stick on the target. TA is causing problems on the other side of the map. Roger dissimulating away. That Meld Strike took about half his HP. 7-7, but Hellraisers with that 4,000 net worth lead. Morphling getting very, very farmed. 8,000 net worth, leading the pack, and the counterpart in the Wraith King, 5.7k, and he's gone for this early game item build.
You don't go for Deso. Like, no way you get Deso, but what is Templar Assassin gonna go for? Like, this usually is the build on Wraith King, but, you know, your Templar Assassin benefits more from it. Double Deso. Galaxy Brain.
Miposhka silencing up a little skeleton on his way out.
By whose hand?
Does drag 3 Alliance members down into the bottom lane where there is no objective to claim. They need to start making plays into mid lane, it feels like. Take control of this Radiant jungle. Get onto the tier 1 mid. Maybe think about opening up Roshan. Sani getting found by Limp here. Let's get off the static link. Limp is doing a significant amount of damage and finds the finish on the Razor top, while down in the Radiant jungle, Funnick, he's being chased by 3 of Alliance now. Stunned up, FNG has the Ice Path and the Roar to hold him in place for that reactive armor. Okay, the magic damage now finally comes. He pops the Soaring, disrupted up to stop the chain, and Timbersaw. He is held there. Ripped limb from limb, and it is happening, Timbersaw. It is happening. You die.
Alliance can still take a fight, but that's fight without Nyx's Morphling. They just close the gap, 2k gold less advantage for Hellraisers. If they get one more fight like that, when there's a Deso on their team with Inner Beast, they can easily take Roche, but the fight needs to be on the northern part of the map.
Razor working quickly onto that BKB. Be able to match this early tempo from Alliance. Lots of tier 2 items dropping. Philosopher's Stone for the Radiant team. good there for the Grimstroke, who doesn't have anything just yet. Broom handle from Morphling, keen optic for Razor, and that Ironwood 3 on the Timber. Dire's side, we've got Pupil's Gift, Beastmaster, Dragon Scale Wraith King, a nice little Grove Bow for the TA. Nobody wants the Vampire Fangs.
Wow, can't believe it. Like Vampire Fangs and Enchanted Quiver are the worst items.
A bit now, but it feels like that's favoring Hellraisers in the way they want to ramp up this Morphling, get Timbersaw into that finished Halberd, and of course the BKB from Razor. These should all be coming 20 odd minutes in. So Alliance, it's up to them to make these sweeping moves towards objectives. Still tier 1 mid and top, both standard. They weren't really able to get any deep wards down in the Radiant jungle. The only vision they have is, you know, through this Hawk and that one observe ward down near the bottom rune spot.
Once they get BKB on Razor, it's gonna be so much easier to fight. Even though there's 2 abilities that go through magic immunity, he still needs to be able to hold his ground and take care of himself because there's no save on their team.
So Blink now. Roshan, opportunity for Alliance that you need a pick off or 2, maybe a team fight. King, frontlining. Scouts out a stack, but HR are there to take them. All grouped up as 5 around this mid-tier 1. Again, Hellraiser's very good, bringing the numbers they need. No need to spread the map too thin. You know that Alliance are the ones that have to force this 5-man. Pro that buys up the Spirit Vessel. He's not too far away from it.
Yeah, Timber will need to get himself a defensive item, something that can dispel. It's a bit too late to go for Yule Scepter, so Lotus Orb feels very good against Beastmaster. You can remove the Soul Catcher and remove that Spirit Vessel. Alliance, they want to run into Roche Pit, but Timbersaw is here. They'll gladly take that one, man. Soul Catcher damage, wow.
Say goodbye. Outpost is grabbed up by the Radiant team. So they should get the 1-for-1 across the map, unless FND. Is that in time? No. Shared experience, as Timber dead for 30 seconds means Alliance into the pit. Vampiric Aura with the Deso. And
they can buy back on Timber and take this fight.
Roshan down to half HP, they move forward as Azathiel and a great stroke of fate. Soul binding up the S4 Beastmaster. Raw catches Kasani, but in comes the Void Spirit. Taking down the Beastmaster, Alliance being chased, hounded by the Morphling. Turned into TA, pops the refraction, but it's disrupted up as Limp clears through Kasani's Razor. Finally to find FNG, the Jagiro down, and Timbersaw, they've isolated Wraith King. Reincarnation popped, and 3 heroes all up around him. Inkswell to stun, he's stanced up, nowhere to run, and a double kill for Nyx. They do find Roger all the way far east, but Roshan now is available for the Radiant.
Yeah, they got Phonic, but he had buyback there. Nicely executed fight. Beastmaster uses Roar. They're not on the same page.
Gonna blink in, Limp blinks in. The stun though is backed by Roshan, but it's better kill him off. Drops the Aegis, they get the kill as well. The Dire team pick up Roshan. Oh, Limp baby. Can they find a kill on Nyx as well? 4 stacks of poison, looking for 5 now as the Shadow Demon stacks it up. Timbersaw in all kinds of bother as Limp is unstoppable. Alliance in a losing situation there. They turn the tables, somehow finding that jump in at the perfect time, even with Limp being bashed by Roshan.
They needed to take this Roche for themselves. It's a huge setback. Like, taking this good of a fight and then allowing them to take the Aegis. They took it off, but still, it would be such a high advantage for them. You can take Aegis off team that has Ursa, that has Templar Assassin Lycan from them. It really cripples. He has that Spirit Vessel, so that's gonna help out against the Morphling, against the Timbersaw.
Dire's middle tower.
Timber's still trying to build that Heaven's Halberd. He's bringing.
That buyback gonna set him back in his item progression. 7.8k net. He's still ahead of the Beastmaster, who has Necro 3 and looks like 3/4 of the gold saved up towards Blink. Cost. He has 3/4 of his blink complete.
Nice. I love those terms.
But HR, strength in numbers, apes together. Start running at their opponents. Razor and Morph
Dire's top tower
up on the tier 2 top lane. Void Spirit swinging into mid. Safely out.
Top tower has fallen.
So Alliance trying the mirror move down on the bottom tier 2.
Tower is under attack.
Double damage rune bottom, top lane. Top lane, bottom lane, my brain isn't working. The cost. Top rune spot, double damage rune spotted by the TA, but your high ground is being broken now by Hellraisers. Nyx is there on your tier 3. Banished by Hanskin. Gonna waveform away from this one. Oh, the ice path just not there in time. Trying to wait for the Wraith King to get in. For that continual chain stun.
Bottom tower is under attack.
It's not that easy to send things up, you know, with the disruption on the ice path. But mistakes were made so that they don't happen after. Another smoke from Hellraisers.
Yeah, they've got the halberd done on Funnick, so he's going to clear out top wave. The other 4 coming past the tier 2 mid. They see S4. They know that Alliance are probably up on this high ground now. They're breaking the high ground with Kasana. BKB straight off the mark. They'll roll him up with the Inkswell there. S4 taken down straight off the bat. They focus the posture with a TA, but the Razor has a static link up and Funnick giving chase. BKB TP out from Limp gets him home, but the rest of Alliance are susceptible to getting blown up by the Morphling. Adaptive strike yet again from the Nico baby. Courier down. AC recipe, it's gone. So he doesn't have that item and he doesn't have buyback. His reincarnation popped, but he makes his way back to the high ground, safely up the steps. But Alliance, another lost team fight, and likely going to be losing the control of the map now.
It was the same situation. If you compare what happened, Beastmaster dies first, like the offlaner, but he already used his toolkit. He relies on cooldown, no Primal Roar, no Necro Book. But we saw in the Roche fight where Timbersaw just instantly buys back. He does not care about not having it. So this is gonna be another tier 2 tower. Nyx is having such a free game on this Morphling. Next Roche may respawn in 3 minutes, so it's gonna take a while. Full BKB on him, so he can take care of himself twice. 2 defensive items, Manta style and BKB.
So Hellraiser just reset. Regenerating for Funnick, full mana yet again. Alliance, they are coming down bottom lane. They're expecting this push from Hellraisers to try and finish off the last outer towers. I do wonder though if this 5v5 team fight is what Alliance need. They want a smoke, they want some kind of sneaky play to find these pickoffs before the fight properly kicks off, because as soon as Miposhka, you know, all he has to do is soulbind, and all of a sudden Morphling's getting 2 kills.
S4 is already out. Another smoke. They were saving these smokes for later stages of the game.
Funnick
needs to build some stacks first. Otherwise, EA just melts him. Here it
He's
comes.
gonna break down the trees. Chakram forward. Funnick stunned up, and there it is. Soul Catcher and down. You were right. No stacks, no life. Good macro play. Gonna try and zone HR back. As they catch us forward with a Remnant, and Nyx just annihilating once more these Alliance backline heroes. The machine gun Morphling nearly shreds through FNG, but he's gonna try and run away now. Good ice path, but a better waveform as Nyx makes his escape. Stunned with the Adaptive Strike. And what's to the left? A Manta style 12-1 charges. He turns into TA, but the Sentry Ward there from the Dire team spots him as he melds, and they do get the Morphling kill.
It's pretty big, man. Funnick needs to be more careful about what he's doing. Like, you're playing Timbersaw, yes, you have Heaven's Halberd, but if one stun connects on you before you can get stacks, you're dead. Like, you have 2000 HP armor. All your armor is removed just by Deso. And I'm not talking about the meld minus 11 on top of that.
Minus 11. Nasty stuff. And Limp moving into Daedalus now, going just for raw damage. Salt Cuirass for Wraith King should be coming out on the Courier now. Got that recipe sitting on that Courier, which died not too long ago. Giro behind the Wraith King, and a TP from Shadow Demon going to set Alliance up for a pretty nice grouping in the Radiant jungle. Funny. Very delicately waiting for the creep wave to come in. Doesn't want to get caught and picked off here. Morphling dead for 20 seconds. Not going to get backstabbed. Wraith Fire Blast follows the Timber Chain. Macropire with the Ice Path, and there's the damage. Nuking down Funnick. The Soulbind, though, he's going to get himself out. Somehow survives as Mavoshka saves the day.
Like, Funnick had all the farm in the world early on, but Timbersaw got nerfed. Like, Strength Heroes got nerfed. One of the reasons why we don't see them that often on the off lane. Man, he wishes he didn't buy this Void Stone, that instead he bought the Plate Mail.
Yeah.
Razor also needs level 20. Extra 8 armor is pretty crucial. Like, you can see Razor, he melts. He goes in, if he gets Primal Reward, they're just gonna focus him down.
Just from like a Meld Strike, TA takes him down to like half HP. Craggy coat there for the Razor. Oh, he's gonna send that over to someone up. Give that to the Timbersaw instead.
That's a very good item on him. You don't really rely on getting any attack speed, no right clicks, so Craggy coat, extra 12 armor.
Beautiful little grab.
He bought a
Roger
gem.
with a telescope. Gem out the second halberd. One up for Razor now. Tier 3 neutral items. Anything for Alliance. Quickening Charm, Orb of Destruction, and Enchanted Quiver. TA Enchanted Quiver, not too bad.
It's okay. Like, if you don't get the better items, Enchanted Quiver is fine.
Oh, the DD top.
Bonus
Wraith King
damage.
gets it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Razor with that BKB. Now Alliance is going to be thinking, hey, can we smoke up and make a play somewhere? Go chase some heroes down. Don't have any smokes, and Morphling has pushed that top wave all the way in.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant are
Still
scanning.
eyeing up this Roshan area, though, as the big man has respawned. Hellraisers feels like they're in a better position right now because Shadow Demon is all the way back in base.
Rush goes down so quickly, watch it. Meld, Deso, double damage, plus some crits.
The Remnant. Gonna do too much, but it, at the very least, forces Alliance back. Razor clearing out that mid-wave, and Hellraisers, they are in a position where they could smoke up and make this play, moving straight towards the high ground ramp. Oh, Hanskin, he's been scouted out, jumped upon by the ink swelling, and Astral stepping Void Spirit. Now Nico Baby's going to get focused down. Xani holding on to Static Link, waiting and biding his time for the second life of the Rage to pop back up. Nyx still holds BKB and Manta Star, so Hellraisers running straight through this fight, focusing Nico Baby, but they want the backstab onto the TA. Limp being chased by Xani and Nyx. He's popped his BKB, but where's the refraction? 10 seconds cooldown. He melds, but it's been revealed.
They see him.
There's the TA down. No buyback for Limp now, as Alliance, a 4 versus 5 for them, and Roshan opens up for Hellraisers yet again.
No buyback on Templar Assassin. This should be a freebie one. 1, 2, 3 buybacks. 2 on Alliance side. Only Roger bought back for Hellraisers. He's fine with that. Duke Heaven's Halberd really making Alliance's life hard.
It is so difficult for them to actually stick on a target and fight it, especially when the fight is scattered like that. Alliance need to be grouped up together, really taking these battles head on. But Hellraisers are sending them, you know, scattering to the wind. Leaves caught in a mild little breeze.
Lanes need to be pushed out for Hellraisers. There's still a tier 1 tower on the top lane, 32 minutes in.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The sad state of affairs. Morphling showing top, though, does give Alliance a little bit of bravado here to make a play onto Funnick. They get the roar in the Macropire. He's down to half HP. Still alive, though, as they shred through him, but the turnaround on Xani disrupted up, and comes Roger. Nice little 3-man resonant pulse. Catch anyone with a Ether Remnant? No, not quite, but they still take down Hanskin, FNG, and the chase onto S4, stopped by the blink away. Beastmaster gets himself out with the Wraith King.
There's still gem on the ground. Funnick is pinging it. Guys, someone needs to pick it up. This is not a pub game. You need to step it up. Oh, Morphling is so farmed. He just hit level 25. Waveform attacks targets. 2 waveform charges. So that's, what, 600 AoE damage plus an attack.
It is huge.
And there's a Lotus Orb on Timbersaw. So now he's sitting at 28 armor without any stacks, which is pretty decent, even though they can lower it down to, what is it, Orb of Destruction -5, Meld -11, plus Deso 6, 5 plus 6 plus 11, 22, easy math, quick and easy.
Radiant's top
21 to 21 kill score at 34 minutes. Hellraiser's 10,000 net worth lead though. You look at some of these metrics, dead even in some regards. But the item progression, especially, you just mentioned on the small thing, very, very quick off the mark. Wraith King, where is he? 16k, not looking too bad. Finishes off 10-second BKB. May allow him to stay alive a little bit longer in these fights because he's been struggling to deal with the Timbersaw, who jumps straight on top of that Wraith King every time he sees him. Like he's doing now. Sonic doesn't have a way to cancel TP here. So Nico Baby. Not TPing, he's blinking back. FNG getting taken down elsewhere on the map though. It looks like Morphling making short work of him.
Radiant structures are fortified.
He's dead for 50 seconds. A window of opportunity here for Hellraisers.
Is under attack.
Creep wave coming in mid. No catapult.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Still chance to go on to tier 3. Lincoln's and Manta there used by Nyx. Aegis for 2 minutes. A tier 2 bottom still yet to be claimed. Looks like that's what Hellraisers want to do. Push down bottom lane. Try and get the bottom and mid lane kind of held. Bunker back alliance.
Limp might start thinking about buying Divine Rapier. This is their way to come back into this game. He gets level 25. Now he has MKB queued up. I mean, if he wants to man up. Divine Rapier also has True Strike.
Duels up on the TA. BKB blink. And it's out of there. Can Alliance find any stragglers on the way out? They know 2 heroes showed top, so they are straight away charging down into that bottom jungle area. They're starting to ping. S4 wants to make this play. Up on the high ground with the Necro units. Nefoshka and Funny. Scouted out, and there's the Roar. Grimstroke getting caught, nearly dead. Do they have any save? Go 70. Yeah, it does buy a little bit of time until Raging is there with the Red Fire Blast. Lotus Orb won't do the job. And a pick off for Alliance. That wastes another minute of that Aegis time.
Limp can buy full MKB if he wants to. I mean, Enchanted Quiver also gives him True Strike. There's 2 Heaven's Halberds, so there's a mischance from that. And the Morphin just finished his Butterfly. Aegis will be gone in 30 seconds.
Beastmaster and Hansken both TPing out safely from bottom with a nice little disruption. Alliance doing a great job keeping the waves pushed out. That's the problem HR are facing now, it feels like. Top lane's always pushed in, bot lane Alliance are kind of happy to, give away a kill or 2 here or there just to make sure that there aren't multiple lanes coming into the base. But that blue line drawn by Nyx really is indicative of what HR want to do. They know that they're ahead, they know that they can force Alliance back. But I think more importantly, HR need to take a fight on Alliance's side of the map in front of their tier 3s. A, if they win, they can go and break high ground, but B, if they lose a team fight, Alliance can push really quickly themselves. Like, if Alliance find a way to win a team fight here, they could break high ground themselves just immediately.
They have a ton of minus armor and a ton of damage if they can win a team fight. Spell Prism drop for Alliance. They really don't have the hero to hold it.
Will smoke. Alliance making that first step. MTA. Traps around.
3 charges on Demonic Purge, yeah. It's also a break against Timbersaw, undispellable. Same goes for Razor.
Jump for more when he gets his BKB and attribute shift off, down to half HP, does inform away. And he Tries to adaptive strike stun into the Soulbind, catching the two heroes there, Wraith King and Beastmaster, but with the Astral Step and Ether Remnant coming in from Roger, he's blown up as he jumps in deeper. Gem drop down on the ground. Nico Baby's focusing now onto this Phonic Timbersaw. He's got Inkswell on him, but the BKB from Nico Baby keeps him standing strong and tall. He's got that reincarnation to pop. S4, what have you got left? No Raw, no Necro units. So TA, a lot of the work now on her plate, but they focus down Nico Baby, dead for 90 seconds with buyback, but Alliance, they've got nothing left in the tank. Hellraiser's not reliant on those long cooldown teamfight ultis, the reincarnation and primal roar. Once they're down, Alliance don't have that much.
That's Lankensphere keeping Morphling alive. They can't... Oh, he gets Illusion Escape. That's the best item you can get from tier 4 items on Morphling. Just the bait concept of it is so strong, and it's also extra agility and strength, which you need. But problem is Alliance needs to blink in and break the Lankensphere on Morph, so it gives him a little bit of time to see something's happening and use Attribute Shift.
Now they've got that chance. Mid lane, top lane, both reaching the high ground. Looks like they want to try and force the buyback from the Wraith King at the very least. Yeah, Havoc Hammer. Not the best. Clearing out that bottom wave, and the glyph from Alliance. Multi-shot tower. Trying to deal with the shove from HR, but the tower has already fallen, and Morphling so quickly demolishing these buildings. Ice Pound, Chain Stun, Phonic down. Trading your Timbersaw for a melee barracks. Still seems pretty good for Hellraisers as long as the Morphling can escape. He TP's home, everybody's out of there. And Phonic still has buyback if they need to defend Roshan, which is going to spawn in 2 minutes.
Roar, he gets it.
Forms
of
life fade from memory.
Spell Prism now for the Radiant team.
Who do you give it to? You don't... And you might give it to Razor, just lower the cooldown of the abilities, of the items. Like Black King Bar, Satanic, Heaven's Halberd.
Probably feels a little bit better than Flicker. See what they plan to do.
Keep that one.
Righty then. See if he's got the mana pool to sustain all those abilities. Alliance about to lose FNG. Hero removed from the game, and Nico Baby jumps the Razor, forces the BKB, but Kasani just static links up, turns to fight. In comes Morphling, but a good blink away from S4. They've left the Shadow Demon all alone, and again we're in a situation now where Alliance have 3 cores alive, but with no support, they don't have any team fight.
Roche will respawn in 50 seconds. Now it's time to go mid, try to take a tower. Looking through the buybacks, Morphling does not have a buyback. He bought everything. Satanic, I don't think you killed this Morphling.
So in that case, you've got to still try and focus down this Razor. Miposhka still feels like the best target to go on. He is the be-all and end-all of these team fights for HR.
Dire's middle tower.
Morphling, just waveforms casually onto your tier 3. 20 seconds for Shadow Demon. 5 for Jakiro as S4 shoves bottom with Necro units.
He attacks 4 times per second.
Oh.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
S4 gets out of the bottom lane.
Are under attack.
HR knowing that everyone now respawned for Alliance. Advantage of 12,000. Pretty much a full lane top. Razor. Flicker. Not going to get it off in time. Ice Path misses though. FNG does get a chain stun. Now we're looking at a Lotus Orb up on the Razor as he backs himself into the Roche pit, scouting out that the big man's alive. Need some heal here for the Razor.
He might just pop G straight away. Yeah, he does.
Now in we go. S4. The Soulbind with the Adaptive Strike. The Beastmaster's about to fall. Doesn't even get it to roll off. Down you go. One by one. Alliance fall. They do buy back on both of the heroes as now the focus on the Shadow Demon. Hanskin tries to get the Demonic Purge out, the Roar onto the Morphling. Does catch him out, but Nyx, he's so tanky with his BKB up, doesn't give a damn. The turnaround onto the Timbersaw now as the Ice Path Macro Fire tickles the Timbersaw. Oh, he doesn't feel a thing. Focusing onto the Nico Baby Wraith King, they'll take his first life and retreat back to high ground. No reason to stick around as Alliance have all brought back. Morphling dies. They do get the kill. The final Ice Path and the stuns from Alliance get that massive takedown. The buyback from Nyx will come through as they want to secure the Roshan though. Alliance in a 5v4. They, for the first time this game, have the numbers advantage.
They used 2 buybacks on both Morphling and Razor. They need to kill this Roche very fast. Hawk's already scouting things out. Void Spirit, no buyback on him. He does not have, needs 150 gold. And Beastmaster's putting the pressure on the bottom lane. He has Boots of Travel ready in 10 seconds.
Radiant's bottom
Tough situation, like if Nyx dies, Alliance is gonna win this game. They can run down mid with all this minus armor.
Timbersaw has to deal with the bottom lane.
Double damage, who gets it?
To TA. That's huge for Alliance. Trap up onto the high ground, scouts the Morphling. Nico Baby is just going to walk up there. No blink, he's sauced up. Killing on Phantom Threat. The TA jumps in onto the Morphling. The quick soul blame though, the 2 cores being caught out. The damage strike takes down Hanskin nearly. No, he can disrupt himself. The Ghost Scepter still there as they focus Limp and take the TA out. Wraith King's first life down as he reincarnates and pushes forward. Looking for the Razor or the Timber, but the chain to the high ground.
Need to
gets
save
Sonic out of danger. The Morphling, very low HP. Popped, dead for 2 minutes. The TA brought back, so now Alliance have Roshan for themselves. The Void Spirit being picked up as well. Alliance with the comeback.
I think this is game, Gary. They're gonna kill Roche and just go mid. There's no Morphling for 2 minutes. This Demonic Purge is ripped plus the Spirit Vessel. I think he used multiple charges of it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Void Spirit is going to have to buy back here as well. The 2 lives of Nico, baby.
90 seconds. Like, you have enough time. You killed tier 2 tower fast. You baited Glyph. Just go for tier 3 and then try to end the game.
You have Necrobook on Beastmaster. You've got double roll with the Refresher Shard. Not only can you kill towers, but you can probably pick off the remaining heroes of Hellraisers here as well. Funny. You'll be so careful with his positioning. Void Spirit does buy back. 3 Battle Regeneration kicks in, but here come the counterfall. The Roar is there. Funny chain stun with the Ice Path. Xani trying to handle Nico Baby and S4, but they've taken down a Posture. Gets a Soul Blend off in his dying move. Here comes the Void Spirit now. Nico Baby's first life gone. The Refresher Shard used. Razor caught up, but he's for BKB. Turn and fight. They need to battle, but Kasai loses his life. So much damage from the TA. Hellraisers lose out on the Razor the Timber, dead for 2 minutes, and that is game.
That's game. There's nothing they can do about it anymore. Go for tier 4 towers, Orb of Destruction. Nyx just calls it. Yep.
GG and DC.
As we predicted, like it's all it takes. Alliance, they have a lot of nuke damage. Limp Man on this Templar Assassin. Once she hits level 25, the Meld Bash, you need to be careful. And there's no real save. Like, Morphling needs to take care of himself. They needed 1 extra ability to kill Shadow Demon in that fight. Like, he went full force on him, used everything to wave.
actually make playoffs
5
as Hellraisers
seconds
here.
remaining.
0-3 in series wins. If they do manage to win this, it looks like they could tie
Alliances
things up
turn
with
to
Viking.
I gotta say, I feel bad for Nyx. He had such a great Morphling game. Miposhka allowed him to have it with some very nice ultis. So double shotgun. He had 3 deaths at the end of the game, which is pretty impressive on the Morphling. Still, you can't do
10
anything. That
seconds
game's not on
remaining.
him. Like, he did everything he could. The itemization
5
was there.
seconds
You
remaining.
can't get rid of Shadow Demon ulti. All he needed was someone else to finish off SD. He was sitting on like 300 HP.
Alliances turn to ban.
Well, yet again, Alliance banning out the Broodmother. I wouldn't be surprised to see Hellraisers take out the Beastmaster as an example here of something that Alliance have shown great success with. Templar Assassin might slip her way into the bans as well, you know, a pivotal hero there for
Team
Limp.
ban.
Deal Roshan, able to really accelerate very quickly from the mid lane. As you progress through a best of 3, you start to get, you know, more and more respect bans, but start to see heroes slip the pool. You know, your Weaver, your Dragon Knight, maybe that Death Prophet makes a reappearance. Ricky might slip his way through as
Alliances
well.
turn to ban.
Ricky was banned out both games in the first phase. So once again, similar bans. Alliance just adjusted accordingly. In the second and third game, they don't want to get cheesed. Broodmother is out. It feels bad, you know, losing against the Broodmother. Sometimes it's all it takes. I don't think the first game was on Broodmother like 100%. The other
Radiant
heroes
team
are
ban.
playing really well.
Alliances
Just
turn
get rid
to
of the
ban.
bugs and spiders.
Getting rid of all of them. Out goes the Shadow Demon. Weaver joins. First phase of bans. We're still to see that Lycan come through in this series. He's kind of being left alone and ignored. We could have
10
that Chen or
seconds
Enchantress, Beastmaster, Lycan, maybe a Death Prophet thrown in if you want to go that
5
direction.
seconds remaining.
Both of these teams are, you know, very, very well versed in early death ball pushing lineups. Do want to take that game 3 win. Looking in that
Radiant
direction.
team ban.
Ricky still being banned out.
Ricky is just a strong hero, and both of these teams love to play him. Strong laner, gets the Fusel Blade, could easily just mess up with your whole momentum. Supports need to be careful. You also need to have multiple layers of save or root
Alliances
mechanics when you're
turn
playing
to
against
pick.
him. You know that supports are not going to be that rich. A lot of gold invested into Dust Sentry. You can't just kill him with 1 dust, it's not enough.
What do we have left in here? Grimstroke, Pango, still available. Dragon Knight? No, Dragon Knight's banned out.
Chen still in the
10
pool for
seconds
Alliance if they want to
remaining.
open it up with the hero.
5
That's true.
seconds remaining.
Enchantress Earthshaker are there as well if you want to pick up that duo.
Radiant team
Number of times from OG and Alliance.
Stroke.
There's the Grimstroke. That all-rounder. The response then. I don't know if I've seen Hellraisers pick up the Ench. They do like the Chen, you know, they used to pick up Oracle quite a bit.
10 seconds remaining.
Just by having that dispel from Enchantress in the laning stage means
5
Grimstroke
seconds remaining.
can only use Stroke of Fate. The other one is gonna get dispelled.
Or they could go like the Disruptor route. Like grab Disruptor
Radiant
Pango or
team
something like that. Oh.
Alliances
Or
turn to pick.
Queen of Pain, Rubik first phase. Ah, Queen of Pain, okay. Left through the banning phase, first picked by Hellraisers.
Queen of Pain is just... I remember, you know, people were complaining about Queen of Pain not being a real hero, and suddenly it's all it takes, like one good performance from a top tier
10
team. Other
seconds
teams like,
remaining.
man, this hero is probably really good. You know, they're also screaming
5
against
seconds
each other. I'm
remaining.
not talking about Queen of Pain, Scream of Pain, but practicing. So they realize how strong this hero is, and it's most of the time either picked or banned. Usually it was just a pick where you get her after there's a Razor on the enemy team, or if there's a Clockwork, so you know, are able to blink out. Oh, double Fiend's Grip combo. Problem is,
nice.
You're playing Bane into Rubik, so Rubik, if you're not caught by Fiend's Grip or disabled, Rubik can easily steal Fiend's Grip. Same goes for Black Hole. It's the easiest spell to steal.
10 seconds remaining.
Also, not giving too much away here. Hanskin,
5
Grimstroke,
seconds
FNG, Bane, both very solid laning supports. Great at setting up team fights. We'll need a bit of gap close and something to jump in on top of people. I'm still leaning towards that Beastmaster ban from Hellraisers, honestly. Double Fiend's Grip, double Roar. Don't want to be handling that. And the way S4 played it was pretty spot on in that previous game.
Beastmaster, I would say, a
Radiant
bit
team
higher
back.
than any other offlaners right now. What he does, KB piercing ability, slow from Boar. You could see in the fights in the previous game where Morphling uses Adaptive Strike just to get rid of the Boar. He understands, like, I have no boots, I need to kill Boar, otherwise I'm gonna have 100 movement speed.
Real tough. So if Rubik's going to go into the hands of Roger here, we're still looking for that Miposhka position 5 hero.
5
Up against
seconds
Bane,
remaining.
Grimstroke, and with Rubik, Queen of Pain on your team. They do like the Ogre, they like the Witch Doctor as these hard supports. Miposhka. So good ways to cancel out Fiend's Grip and stop the fights from kicking off. Just ban the Beastmaster, Hellraisers. Get rid of it while you still can.
That combo is actually so sick. When Grimstroke first came out, we mostly saw
Warlock.
Grimstroke plus Lich, Grimstroke Warlock, and Grimstroke plus, what was it, Doom. Yeah, that was super popular. Why are you
Radiant
taking
team
this long? Okay, Phantom, they might go for Morph once again. Phantom Lancer. Or they could get something like a Slark.
Taking their sweet time over it. Third pick, probably one of the most important ones here. Coming out of that second banning stage, you're the
10
first to
seconds
act.
remaining.
Set the template of your draft.
5 seconds remaining.
It's much harder now to be flexible with heroes as well. Like, you can't flex 3 and 4, which is the most common. You've already got your Queen of Pain as the 2.
Oh, they flexed Void Spirit in the previous game to position 4,
Alliances turn
which
to
really did not end well.
There is the Void Spirit, but yeah, like, Rubik is your 4. That means Void Spirit kind of has to be your 3, Queen of Pain 2. You could swap things around, but it's going to be less than ideal, it feels. Do move these into other roles.
10 seconds remaining.
Here comes Alliance.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, we said
Our
Beastmaster
draft.
a couple of
Like a
times
million
already.
times. Yep. Watch them pick like an axe or something now. So many great heroes to pair with a Grimstroke, Centaur, Axe, Beastmaster. Anyone who can just charge people down. Right on all of them. Or you could maybe think about that Nature's Prophet again. The early Orchid against Queen of Pain.
Radiant team picked.
Super annoying.
Axe.
They did it. Lacoste, they did it.
Yeah, the insta initiation once he gets a Blink Dagger, and the Hellraisers, they steal Beastmaster.
Do. Wait, so are we going to be seeing a Rubik 5?
No, oh god. It might be Void Spirit. Wait. No. I don't think there's enough space. Let me just think
Is
this
it-
through.
10
Queen of
seconds
Pain
remaining.
could be 4,
Queen of Pain 5?
5 seconds remaining.
possibly. Yeah, why not?
I mean, that's why when you mentioned the Void Spirit flexing across multiple roles, I'm like, well, Rubik's 4, and it's going to be impossible to like flex a hero across 3 and 4, but
I just
see
don't.
what Hellraisers have up their sleeve. It's
I just don't like Rubik as position 5.
No, me neither. I'm definitely on board with you there. Alliance, they've got their 3-4-5 all lined up. They can still potentially head into that limp TA if they want to. What else is there? There's no DP, no Queen of Pain. Puck is still available.
Radiant team
Not a
back.
bad hero here.
Admiral Kunkka.
Kunkka. Gonna go the tanky route.
Also great hero to deal with. Queen of Pain. Great catch. Like there's a very sick combo. These two heroes extremely tanky. X and Kunkka plus a Rum. You have a save from Bane. That Nightmare sometimes is just
10 seconds
enough
remaining.
to keep people alive.
Yes, you got what?
5
Soulbind,
seconds
Nightmare, Axe, Blink, Call. Tons of setup here for Kunkka Torrent Boat. And even if she goes Yule Scepter, you've got ways of dealing with that.
You just fake it. You fake the torrent.
That Torrent. Final hero should be a Nico baby one. Slark. In the pool. BL. Hellraisers, they can't go like a Timbersaw here. You look at Axe and Kunkka and you think, well, Timbersaw looks pretty good, but again, they've got Void Spirit Beastmaster already grabbed up as their kind of...
Yeah, I'm just wondering what they're doing with Void Spirit and Queen of Pain. I don't think you would not forward pick Beastmaster to have him played
Alliances
at anything
turn to
besides
battle.
position 3.
Baby. You've got 2 melee cores already. Do you want to consider a ranged core just for the sake of having a ranged core?
Nah.
10
I guess the
seconds
Beastmaster though.
The Troll would be a very good pick, that's why they banned it out.
5
Like,
seconds
you
remaining.
can turn into range hero, slow, plus a miss chance is great. I'm just thinking maybe it's a Spectre time, you know? When things are getting serious, there's no real burst damage yet from Hellraisers. I mean, there is Queen of Pain, what am I talking about? But, you know, it's still Queen of Pain with her passive abilities, with the Rum. Like, you are tanky.
Give me that Medusa. I want the Nico baby
Alliances
Medusa.
turn to pick.
They still do ban out the Timbersaw. It looks like they're afraid of the 2 strength cores they've already got picks up and potentially a 3rd one coming out now. Plenty of team fight, tons of catch. Tower damage is lacking from Alliance though. That is something they surely should need from their final
10
hero.
seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Wraith King again. Morphling. There it is for Nico baby. They're going to show Hellraisers how to use Grimstroke Morphling a little more effectively.
I mean, Hellraisers really had an extremely good execution of this combo in the previous game. Can't really blame Nyx. He did
10
whatever he
seconds
could.
remaining.
It was just not enough. I have no clue what Hellraisers are gonna pick here. I
5
literally
seconds
have no
remaining.
idea.
Techies. 5th pick, last pick, techies. It is a tough choice.
You want some
Is
edgy... I don't
Monkey
know.
King?
You want some edgy carry hero? Three seconds.
Alchemist.
Choose your
Alchemist?
hero.
It's a last pick. Is it a good one, Lacoste?
I believe it's a position 5 Rubik or Void Spirit. Let's see who's gonna play it. Mipoka, position 5 Void Spirit. Let's go.
Okie dokie. And Alliance should be pretty straightforward for them. Hanskin Grim, FNG Bane, S4 Axe, the Limp Kunkka. We're after Kasani Alchemist. Try and get Hellraisers off to a good start. Is real
you're
hodgepodge
playing against
draft though,
Kunkka.
isn't it?
Kunkka builds
Queen
a
of Pain
Spirit
first
Vessel.
pick, still in that mid lane.
These two supports from Alliance are very good at just invading the jungle, not necessarily... Same goes for Axe. Like, if you get any stacks, Axe can just go in and take them away from Alchemist. Same goes for Kunkka. Like, once you hit level 6, so I don't think it's that good of an Alchemist game. Question is how much you can protect him. And it's also position 5 Void Spirit. What does this hero do? We've seen them in the previous game without farm on position 4. I would not put my trust into position 5 Void Spirit.
It wasn't special by any... And like Limp can go Spirit Vessel pretty early on in this game as that Kunkka. I'm leaning Alliance here, looking pretty good for them. Game 3, HR against Alliance, and it's the tournament life raises on the line. Currently 0-3 at the bottom of the group in series wins. Alliance in second place. This would put them 3-1 and pretty much guaranteed to go to that upper bracket straight off the bat. Hellraisers, they need this one game victory to try and stay in the tournament. So we get ourselves underway. It's been a close, scrappy, well-fought battle between two squads in 3. Here we go. Hellraisers, Nyx on the Queen of Pain, looks like a side lane build with Kasani heading mid lane on the Alchemist.
For battle.
Poshka Void Spirit, Phonic Beastmaster, and Roger playing the Rubik. Up top. Alliance, Hansken, Limp, the Grimstroke, and Kunkka holding hands, wandering through the jungle. And a 5-man movement from Alliance. S4 Axe, Nico Baby Morphling, and FNG Bane, all going down towards the bottom lane bounty runes.
Limp doesn't know who's he playing against. That's why he's not buying anything. Just a branch, Quelling Blade, and a shared Tango.
Poshka will spot them coming in. Nyx takes the Battle Hunger and probably a Brain Sap here. Forced to blink 1, save his own life. Immediate outpost there for Alliance. And now they've shown 5 heroes bottom lane, they can swing back up top and maybe contest top bounty runes as well. Against this Alchemist lineup. Grab those bounties.
Okay, so they put Nico Baby on the mid lane. That's pretty smart from Alliance. That one of the reasons why Kunkka was also, you know, deciding which item he's gonna go for. They know Alchemist is mid. Nico Baby, you don't care about Alchemist hitting you. You're gonna have a free time.
The battle begins.
Xan and Phonic grab up a couple. Anti-rune gold flowing in. Lane's being set up. Hansken moving up towards top, so it's going to be the Grim Kunkka lane. Bane with Axe down bottom. I'm really honestly quite interested to see what Miposhka does on a position 5 Void Spirit. Starts off with a lot of regen, no
how many
venom or
deaths
anything.
is he gonna have at 5-minute mark? I say 2. Okay, I was deciding whether I want to go for 2 or 3. If he gets a point in the simulate, it's gonna be 2.
I'm an all-in kind of guy. You ask me what happens at 5 minutes? Yeah, 1 per minute.
You say 5 deaths.
Say 5 deaths. He goes for the Ether Remnant, a bit of chip damage onto S4. He knows the Battle Hunger is that first ability, so no spins. FNG just trading effectively with Nyx though, that Queen of Pain already burning through a lot of that early regen. Mid lane Nico Baby forced to attribute shift for a little bit. 5-2 for the Alchemist, pretty good start. Once Morphling gets to like level 3 or so, that's when things get much easier for Nico Baby. Nyx at bottom lane, and Battle Hunger's still on him. S4 really applying that pressure very heavily.
Kind of disappointed that they're not focusing Void Spirit.
So beautiful.
He's very low. Has a Fairy Fire, bringing a bit of extra regen, flask, and some tangos.
No, someone started drilling in the apartment above.
Oh yeah, happened to me a couple of days ago. Good luck, Gary. Use push to talk. So Axe on the bottom lane, just gonna hit level 2. Bane, a bit low on mana, but has Enchanted Mango to work with. I would really love Enchanted as a word in Dota. Enchanted Quiver, Enchanted Mango, Enchantress.
Why did it have to be the last game of the day? Sorry, guys. The problems of quarantine and working from home. I'll try my best. I'm with you, Lacoste. I like the word enchanted too. Oh,
Enchant Totem. Is there anything else? Like, these are the 4 that I can find right now.
I can't think of any more. What was the 4th one? Enchanted Totem, Quiver, Mango.
Enchantress.
Enchantress. Ah, of course, yes. Nico, baby. Even in farm with the Alchemist.
Oh, he almost killed him.
Close to
13 HP. I just hit on my mic. Okay.
My goodness. Yeah, he didn't flinch. Like, he didn't pop Fairy Fire or anything. Like, Nico maybe knew what was going on. Dear Lord, that was close. Next Queen of Pain. Shadow Strike onto FNG, and a couple of tower hits going Bane's way. That's going to be Bane falling here. The blink from Queen of Pain, and FNG is your first blood down bottom lane.
FNG tanking the tower. And now Axe dropping low. Maybe we didn't have a good read on position 5 Void Spirit so far. 0 deaths. Just gotta kill an Axe.
And top lane, good 2-man torrent with Aesor coming in. Roger with a telekinesis back stops the sure death that was coming his way, but X-Mark into the right clicks, but Funnick turned with the ball still hitting Hansken. 3-0 lead for Hellraisers, as Limp has to deal with the boar, and he's going to get chased down here. Another ball for Funnick. It's come off cooldown. Limp's in trouble. He's got a torrent, but the tree, he places one down. Was that Funnick?
I believe it was.
Way?
Yeah, so that he can't pass. Even without that play, I mean, it's a very cute play, but even if it was not, he would still die. Boar slow plus Orb of Venom. This top lane, not looking good. And the Alchemist is getting a lot. Like, he's farming both jungle and the lane, level 5 already. Bounty runes are spawning in 25 seconds. You want to secure bounties for your Alchemist.
Your admiral is on board.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
4 now cutting waves in behind that bottom tower. Nyx forced the last hit under his own tier 1, but here come the bounty runes, like you're saying. Hansken trying to gather up on top. Then G, Nightmare, Miposhka. If the Remnant holds him in place for a couple of seconds, but it looks like Alliance are going to get the lion's share of the bounty runes. 3-for-1 trade across the map.
When Morphling gets Morbid Mask, then like, he's just gonna be in the lane. Also, I want to see Spirit Vessel coming out from Limp this game against Alchemist. It's like a must-have item, even though he can dispel it with the ulti. It's still very worth of having it. And you have your Morph as a carry, so you're just, you know, playing utility.
The ones you love.
Is Alchemist just full-time jungling now? Giving up on mid lane.
Level 6. Someone needs to be mid. Collect the XP.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Like, Void Spirit can be the one. You can leave Queen of Pain alone on the bottom.
Alk does ping it out. He's like, guys, I'm in jungle. I'm stacking camps here. I'm having a great old time. Someone go mid. So now it looks like Miposhka bodyguarding Nick.
Miposhka.
Hansken.
6 slotted. 6 empty slots on Void Spirit.
Rubik, 1 hit away from death top. The ball slow, the final touch onto Limp. Make sure Roger survives. And what are you talking about? Miposhka 6 slotted? What's he got the cost?
Not much he can do on the mid lane, but as suggested, someone needs to get the XP from it.
Seems like the drilling has stopped. My apartment neighbors go brrrr. Hopefully we'll have a calm, quiet time now. 7 minutes in, 4-0. Sani Alchemist still farming jungle. He's going to stack up another camp. Nico, baby, what's the net worth sitting at? 3.4 Alk, 3.1 on the Morphlings, so still pretty even between the two of them. But it still is Stack City as Miposhka makes some more for him. Nyx rushing Necrobook down bottom on the Queen of Pain, playing position 3 Quap, it looks like. Wait, are they going to go double Necrobook? No. Funnick has the Helm of the Dominator queued up, of course.
This is the build that Nisha did when he was playing a side lane Quap. Necro Book is just that good of an item. Great stats, great mana regen. And then you can scout things out. It also amplifies your kill potential. It's very hard to approach. Like, you can outpush the lanes when you feel threatened. That one way that might get you killed, you summon a Necro Book and farm with it. And the only way they approach a gank, if you're just scouting things out, is with smoke.
The stack that Meboshka made is being cleared out by Nico, baby. Bonus farm there for the Morphling, and he's waiting for that 8-minute rune as FNG gets sniped out by and Nyx. 8-minute rune is a DD bottom for Nico, baby. Refill that bottle up, nicely done. And it is 101 Void Spirit position 5.
Doing much, much better than I expected. Like, your job as position 5 is to go in, create chaos, bait some spells, try to dodge it with Dissimulate or with Astral Step, and that's it.
Four-man shield found by nobody.
No one. Yeah.
Ocean Heart found by...
It's bot. There's Ocean Heart, I believe. Yeah.
Ocean Heart for the Radiant. Dire team get the poor man shields, another Grimstroke. Picking that one up and killing off the boar. Bottom lane, a bit of a dive here as S4 still cutting waves, trying to handle Meboshka, who has Dissimulate, ready to jump over the trees. As he gets himself to that tier 1, but the battle hunger still ticking him down. He does not have a way out of it. Looks Queen of Pain also potentially have to... Oh, Sonic Wave to kill FNG, but now has no mana for Blink, so we're going to get dived by S4. Does he have a call? No, but he has a dunk, so the death of Nyx does come as he runs away from Rubik. Telekinesis ready, but no real kill threat there from Roger.
How's Alchemist farming? 4.7k gold lead at the moment. Not lead, but the net worth. They need to start addressing this problem. Like, start putting in some observer board, trying to get stacks away from him, and Nico, baby, goes in, trusty shovel, does not steal it. Oh man, that item is gonna be valuable at any time of the game when you have Alchemist, just trying to find the bounty rune.
Nico, baby, you're gonna have to wave form away. Multiple TP rotations and Funnick walking from the top lane into this jungle area now to safeguard the Alk's little zone. Bring some wards down. Try and make sure that that contest that you were mentioning from Alliance just doesn't come as quickly. Roger gonna deny out the illusion rune, so no refill there on Nico Baby's bottle. It's like with that tier 1 mid gone, Queen of Pain's gonna take up the mid lane with that Necro 1 and maybe put a bit of pressure on the enemy objective. So far, Alliance, you were mentioning Bane, Grimstroke, Kunkka, all these heroes very good at moving in, contesting the jungle areas, finding the catch onto Alchemist or Queen of Pain, but they seem pretty content just to be farming up into their primary items.
It's always scary to play against Alchemist, like the snowball potential from this hero.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And they did not kill him a single time, so he is free farming at the moment. Use that shovel, let's see. Oh, nice. First bounty rune.
Easy. Bottom tier 1 for Nico, baby, also pretty easy with a catapult to help him. Top lane dive from Meboshka. Catching out Hanskin with that Ether Remnant. Looking to keep this pretty good game going as they do. Zap him down with Roger's Fade Bolt, and now the tier 1 top also being assaulted by boars and catapults with Funnick's help. 3 in a beast.
And Beastmaster should be using Hawk to scout things out, just to be sure that Alchemist is not being ganked. They want to have Radiance, but then if he dies, it's fine. Like, it's still gonna be a very good timing on the Radiance. Like, if you compare it to the previous patches, oh sure, like Imperial Street was much better. We're getting more gold, the cap was bigger.
We used to see people get like armored Radiance in like 13 minutes or something. Oh, trusty shovel, use it. Kasani's going to hit some creeps, whack, 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 but he's being gripped up. In comes S4 from the southern side, and also going to throw the Torrent boat in here, so chain comboing, stunning up Kasani, and there's the kill on the Alchemist, delaying the relic. Oh, it would have delayed the relic time if he hadn't already bought it. It's been picked up on Courier, so now they're chasing onto Roger. Turns the boat around back on them, but a nightmare to hold him in place, and a call there as well. Alliance, 5 heroes swinging into action mid lane. Dunk down Roger, where is it? It's the waveform from Nico Baby to claim his double kill.
Beastmaster and Queen of Pain are very strong at the moment. They need to be, instead of farming the lanes, like top lane is not that easy to farm. You know, there's a lot of ways to approach and gank you. Beastmaster just keeping the hog for himself. But Queen of Pain should be making rotations, and the Alchemist needs to find his place to farm. Oh man, he's still not using Trusty Shovel.
We're not a fan of that. But now we're looking at...
He would have used it 2 times already. If he used it straight away before he died. Now give me...
back up now.
Give me a contact of Hellraiser's manager. I just want to, you know, drop him off a message to tell Kasani to use this item more efficiently.
You know, I've noticed, I'm sure you have as well, it's a core player problem. Look at Seneko, for example. He is swapping Philosopher's Stone in and out, Shovel in and out, and he's keeping like the telescope and all this good stuff as top lane. They kill off FNG and Funnick gonna TP out, but they've also found Nico Baby down bottom, action on both sides of the map. Funnick TPing out of there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Not really losing too much, Hellraisers. Has Alchemist used it? He has, okay. Halfway through that Radiance recipe. Stacks for him. In on that Radiance timing. Alliance, Blink call from S4. Will catch Roger, take him out of the invis, and Inkswell connecting beautifully. The stolen stroke of fate. Roger still going to get chased down here as Nico Baby trying to close the gap. Slow him down into the dunk from S4. 9-5, a slight net worth lead here for Hellraisers. Alchemist, where's he gone? Back into mid lane. Find those creep camps. Feels like Alliance are itching for a fight. They want to try get these pickoffs so they can reclaim some of this map.
Scanning.
Once Alchemist gets Radiance, then he wants to farm another item to fight, and that's BKB. Kanka, no Spirit Vessel. He's just going for Heaven's Halberd. The Poshka, pretty hard to take down. Can just dodge it with the Assimilate. Assimilate, Dismember.
Funnick being very sneaky. He's just, you know, sipping his milkshake, chilling in the trees. He's been there for a solid minute and a half now. Oh, he's used a boar.
Time to backstab.
Got that roar, and he wants Nico Baby. S4 Hanskin, they've moved forward towards that bounty rune. We'll regroup with Nico Baby, who TPs now to mid lane to collect all that farm. Does all to safeguard Kasani though. Radiance up and BKB queued. Missed towards 10,000 net worth now at 16 minutes. A few more stacks for him. They really are putting a lot of eggs in this Alch basket. Poshka going to find a DD rune. Is he going to take it? He will. Alliance not reacting. Finally, they do jump in with a call, and Inkswell lift up onto S4, but in comes the Soulbind dunk. Stolen adaptive strike. No, it's stolen attribute ship. So now we've got the max tanky Rubik.
2000 HP Rubik. Pretty hard to take down.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alchemist still not ready to fight. No BKB.
Nightmare. Inkswell blink call. They've got a lot of chain stuns here, and potentially FNG with a Fiend's Grip has Roger. Xmark back in with a boat landing. They grip the Beastmaster, but they've stopped it now. As a concoction lands, FNG stunned with Nico Baby, and the Alchemist regenerating back up thanks to the Chemical Rage. A roar comes through with a blink call. Funnick taken down by S4 and Hanskin, and another nightmare to hold Xani in place. Roger, he's got a long way to run now, and Hellraiser's looking for at least a few stragglers, taking down the FNG Bane.
Nico baby, full E-Blade.
There's the reinitiation. Blink calling, Swell Miposhka, Astral steps away, and a complete whiff on the Sonic Wave. Nyx doesn't catch a still soul. Roger still lifting people up and trying to dance his way through the trees, but he is blown up.
Wave more like that, but it did not connect onto anyone. Nico baby tried to go for a kill on Rubik, but Rubik's sitting on 2000 HP. Pretty hard to take down.
Tanky, quite an elusive hero now.
And if you can keep fighting like this, just shutting down the Alchemist, it's very important. Like, you don't necessarily need to kill him straight away. You know that this BKB is gonna come in the next minute or two, but you need to put some pressure.
Regeneration.
Just try to stop that snowball.
Lethal ends for Hanskin. That's going to make their team fights much easier to execute. Him and S4 have been playing together in a game, looking for the setup. Every one of these little skirmishes. Top lane, FNG, trying to just clear the wave off his tier 2. Should get found by Funnick in a second. There it is, Raw to kick things off, but a blink call from S4. Back in on top of the Beastmaster, Funnick. In a lot of trouble. Nico baby annihilates him with the adaptive strike, and now with a waveform forward, they get the stun. Second adaptive for a double kill. Nico baby really starting to build up now.
It's really not worth it to try to use Roar on Bane. Like, what do you get? Like, FNG will gladly take that one.
And they smoke straight across the map. S4, FNG, Hanskin, everything ready outside of Soulbind. Just need to see a target. Xani shows in that mid-wave. X12, blink call. There's S4's jump. Xani tanky though, and he's holding the BKB, so disengage time from Alliance. Limp didn't throw any spells in there. No real committal. Oh, FNG, he sees Nyx. He gets the Fiend's Grip. They've got the chain stones. This is Queen of Pain dead for sure. There is absolutely no way out of it.
From the axe.
They will know there's high ground vision there though, which gave the opportunity for FNG to initiate.
When you have Alchemist lineup and you're not like 5,000 gold ahead, you're really not ahead at all. It's even Graf on the Alliance's side. Can they take the Roche? They have enough damage with Morphling, but you're playing against the Hawk. You need a lot of sentries to see what's happening. BKB on Alchemist, Moon spawning. Like, you want to take a fight right now. Your Alchemist is very strong. Ring of Aquila drop. They don't have the best carrier for it.
Well, Miposhka's carrying the shovel now, so I'm very happy about that. Using it every time it comes off cooldown. Hellraisers just don't seem like they've been able to get out on the map and do anything. Mid and bottom tier 1 still standing. Alliance have been setting the rhythm of this game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Miposhka gonna grab the outpost. Seems like they know where Alliance are. Nico baby showed on that bot wave. The rest of them, shadows. Now they smoke up. This is what you're looking for. Use this Alchemist when he is strong. He's 100 gold away from Blink Dagger. Love to have that right here for this fight now, as Miposhka jumping straight forward, but misses his initiation on FNG. He walks back into the Ether Remnant, but they've got the torrent from Limp to disengage. The Raw can't just conquer the boat. Well placed to try and give them that damage reduction as Roger blown up by Nico baby, and S4 can jump back into the fight with a Soulbind on 2, catching Void Spirit with a torrent onto Queen of Pain and the Beastmaster. A nice Fiend Grip from the trees. FNG concocted up by Xani, but the rest of Hellraisers are all gone. Alchemist is the only one standing. He blinks away. He's used his BKB to dodge away from the fight. Everyone else getting shredded by this Nico baby Morphling. S4, he's got the opportunity now for another blink call. 5 seconds for that blink, but he might not even need it. They've got the Adaptive Strike stun. Now try and connect him with a call. Concoction's going to land on out. Well played by S4 to dodge away from that AoE, and Nico baby unstoppable with a 5-man wipe. Alliance looking real hot.
I can't believe no one woke up Alchemist. They had boars, they had necro books, they had Helm of the Dominator creep. For the first almost 6-7 seconds of the fight, he was just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Like, you need Alchemist to deal damage, and it's also like 6-7 seconds of his chemical rage gone.
Clear sailing now.
S4, full blade mail, so that's gonna help them a lot. Once again, Sonic Wave connected on one hero only, and that was on Kanka with the Rum. He does not care too much about it.
Yeah, Limp's getting multiple rounds of his abilities out, getting a couple of torrents. You know, the boat didn't land on anyone, but he just got that damage reduction from the Coco's Rum on himself, which delays that fight and allowed, you know, it allowed FNG to get the grip. Really did tie things up as they get a raw on Axe mid. Alliance feeding away a couple of kills. Morthling's also going to get grabbed up by the telekinesis, but he says hello goodbye to Mipochka. Quick little game of hide the Void Spirit.
Roche is up. Do they have enough damage? They do. Inner Beast, Vlad's a lot of sustain. No Axe, no Bane.
Tier 1 tower finally going down mid, but they're going to wait for Nico Baby in. Also the BKB from Kasani. Chemical range is down, and it looks like Limp might be looking to change, but they do get the blinks away. Co-op and Alchemist out and safe. Axe alive in 5 seconds though. This is Alliance still riding the wave of momentum.
So you know there's no BKB on Alchemist. Straight into Roche pit. Nico Baby deals 300 damage per hit.
Radiant are scanning.
S4 and Limp both able to tank it up as well. BKB for Limp, 100 gold away. You mentioned the fresh blade mail here from S4. As a scan and a hawk, gonna scout out.
He gets the hawk. Big play from Limp. Torrents the hawk and gets a cleave off.
Double astral step. Mipochka's in, but Roshan's not dead, and well, Mipochka, he's kind of out. They've also got a nightmare on Roger. They don't have a blink call, they're just gonna let the Rubik do whatever he wants. As long as they can secure Roshan, that's all Alliance really dreamed of. Hand's still invisible. Winkswell, but nice cancel on the blink there. Stroke of Fate. Stolen and stops S4 from blinking. And then a Fade Bolt again, just stopping his blink initiation, but S4 still going to find the jump. Catching out Roger, and here comes Morphling, baby! Damage from Nico, baby!